Okay, here we go. We got a lot to do today. Let's go quickly. We've got 3 pages that we're going to do. 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94. Go ahead and get those pages out, please. Get those pages out quickly, please. Okay, 1A, we got to match up, draw the lines to the correct answers. 1A, centimeter, that is 1/100th of a meter. 1B, meter, is a little longer than a yard. C, decameter, would be 10 meters. D, millimeter, we go straight across to 1/1000th of a meter. Decimeter is 1/10th of a meter. Hectometer, straight across to 100. And kilometer, straight across to 1,000. Number 2, it's asking us to write true or false by each. A meter is a unit of length. Yes, a meter is something you'd use for length. We need to write true. A centimeter is shorter than 1 inch. Yes, a centimeter is about 1/4 of an inch. That is true also. Okay, a decameter is shorter than 1 meter. That's false. That's going to be false. I made a funny S there. Make it better than mine, please. And D, a yard is longer than 1 meter. That is false also. E, a decimeter is shorter than a 1/2 foot. That is true. And the last one, a millimeter is a large unit of measure. That is false. A millimeter is your tiny, tiny, tiny one on your rulers. So that's false. F is false. Okay, we're going to look at these story problems. Number 4, so skip down to 4. It says Janelle has a lemonade stand. On Saturday, she sold 37 cups of lemonade for 25 cents each. How much money did she make? And so we're going to multiply our 37 times 25. 5 times 7 is 35. Carry the 3. 5 times 3 is 15, plus 3 more is 18. Now we put our 0. 2 times 7 is 14. Carry the 1. 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1 more is 7. And you need to add up these two numbers to get your answer. And then on B, you may have to go back to this. I'm going to look at B right now. B, it's still talking about Janelle, and it says that on Tuesday she sold 19 cups of lemonade for 25 cents each. How much did she make on Tuesday? So you just need to do the 19 times 25. And that will give you your answer for Tuesday. And make sure for both B and for A that you have cents or, I'm sorry, not cents, but it'll turn into a dollar sign something. Make sure you have your dollar sign. It'll be that much. Let's look at the back side, number 7. I'm not going to do all of them for you, but there's a couple I want to look at. Look at F on number 7. It says half of 10. Remember, to figure that out, what you're doing is you're seeing how many times 2 goes into 10. And that would be your answer. Same with G. You're seeing how many times that bottom number of 9 goes into 18. And 5 goes into 20 for that one. Okay, now we're looking at number 8 at the bottom of the page. It says to divide and write the remainder as a fraction. Okay, 23 does not go into 5, but it does go into 57. Let's cover up our last numbers. Figure out how many times does 2 go into 5? It goes in 2 times. 2 times 23 is going to be 46. We need to subtract. 7 minus 6 is 1, 5 minus 4 is 1, and we get 11. And that's smaller than 23, so we're good. We can continue on. We need to bring down the 8. And how many times does 2 go into 11 for estimating here? It goes in 5 times, so let's try 23 times 5. 5 times 3 is 15. Carry the 1. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 1 more is 11. That looks like what we're going to need. So a 5 here. We need to subtract our 115 that we got. We get 3. Now instead of writing R3, we got to write our remainder as a fraction. So the 3 becomes our numerator. And the 23 becomes our denominator. 25 and 3 over 23. B. 42 does not go into 9, but it does go into 92. 42 times 2 will give us 84. We subtract and we get 8. Let's bring down the 5. We get 85 here. Well, think about it. We just did 42 times 2, and that gave us 84. Let's do 42 times 2 again. We get 84. Subtract, and we get 1. And so we're going to write the remainder as a fraction. The 1 goes on top, and the 42 on the bottom. And our answer is 22 and 1 over 42. C. 91 does not go into 1, does not go into 17, but it does go into 173. So we know that our number that we're looking at is going to go right there. And we're only looking at this part of the problem right now. Just that part to start with here. Let's cover up our last numbers that we're looking at. And now we're asking, how many times does 9 go into 17? 9 goes into 17 one time. Remember, that might be right, that might be wrong, it will be close. Let's go ahead and times it by 91 here. Subtract. 3 minus 1 is 2. 17 minus 9 is 8. We bring down this 9, and now we're starting again, and we cover up our last numbers that we're working with. How many times does 9 go into 82? 9 goes into 82 9 times. Now we need to do 91 times 9. 9 times 1 is 9. 9 times 9 is 81. We get 819. We subtract here and we get 10. So instead of writing remainder 10, we write 10 over 91. Okay, we're now looking at the next page, 91. Looking at page 91. They've already done 1A for us. 1/10 is deci. Deca is 10. Centa would be 1/100th. Hecto would be 100. Milla would be 1/1000th. I put a comma there, a messy one, but put a comma there. And kilo would be 1,000. 2a, it's asking us to choose the best unit to complete each sentence. Natasha bought 4 blank of material to make her costume. Now, she probably bought 4 meters. That would make sense. B, the distance from Miami, Florida to Nashville, Tennessee is about 1,482 kilometers. This line, and the line that they show right there, is about 17, it's going to be millimeters. And the last one that we have left, a regular paper clip is about 3 centimeters long. It says to number from shortest to longest. So we'll look at A first. And the shortest one we have here is the centimeter. Then the next shortest would be an inch. Then the next shortest would be a meter. Now, kilometer and mile, they're both long, but the shorter one of the two is a kilometer. And the longest of all of these is the mile. So you should have 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. Okay, we'll look at B now. The shortest one would be your millimeter. Then it's your decimeter. Then it's your yard. Then decameter. And then hectometer. So it should say 1, 3, 4, 2, 5. Okay, we're going to look at these measurement equations. And the answer is in meters for this first one. So we need to change everything to meters. So the 6 HM, which is hectometers, we're going to change that to meters. I'm going to bring down that plus, the addition sign, and bring down the 3 meters. So let's box the one that we're going to change, and 1, 2, 3. So we're going from hectometers to meters. We're actually going larger to smaller. So step 1 is multiply. And what's the special number? How many meters are in a hectometer? And if you look up at the top of the page where it says hecto for 1D, what was the number we had? 1D, it tells us 100. So that's going to be our special number here. And now we just need to do our 6 times 100. 6 times 100, I can do that in my head as you might be able to do 600. And we go ahead and put that in here. So we have 3 meters plus 600 meters. That gives us 603 meters. 603 meters is our answer. Okay, let's look at B. B, the answer is in meters again, so we're going to change everything into meters. The 9 decameters needs to be changed to meters. So we're going to box that. 1, 2, 3. We're going from a decameter to a meter. There's actually 10 meters in 1 decameter, so we're going larger to smaller. Again, we're going to multiply. I just told you there's 10, so we're going to put that as our special number. And now we're going to do 9 times 10, which is 90. And so now we have 5 meters plus 90 meters, and that would give us 95 meters for our answer. Story problem. This is 5A on the backside. Pastor Johnson averaged 51 miles an hour on his trip of 459 miles to the Bible conference, to a Bible conference. How many hours did it take him to get to the conference? Well, to figure this out, we need to divide 459 by 51. And that will tell you how many hours it took to get to the conference. Tatiana bought 4 cans of orange juice at 69 cents per can. How much change did she get back from $3? So first you got to figure out how much the cost was. For the 69 cents times 4, she bought 4 of them. 4 times 9 is 36. We carry the 3. 4 times 6 is 24, plus 3 more is 27. So, putting my cents in, I'm going to get $2.76. But that's not the answer, because it asks, how much change did she get back from $3? So what we do is we take $3 and subtract $2.76. Whatever you get here will be your answer. (8a) tells us to color each figure to illustrate the fraction. So 3/4, we got to color 3/4 of the boxes. I want you to start from the bottom and color them up. 3 out of the 4. So leave that top one not colored. Do a better job coloring these than me, but we're going to color 3 out of the 4 boxes here. Fill it in well, make it look nicer than I did. For B, we're going to color in 5 out of the 8. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know that I'm going to color in all 5 of those. And you're going to do the same. Okay, C, we got to do 1, 6, so we're only filling in 1 box. And then D, we got to fill in 4 out of the 4. And that's the same as whole. Remember, any number over itself is equal to 1. 4 over 4 is the same as 1, just like we'd have 1 full box colored in. Okay, now we're looking at 93, and I'll quickly get filling in answers here. 93, 1 pound, 93 1A, 1 pound is 16 ounces. B, 1 ton is 2,000 pounds. 2,000. C, 1 yard is 3 feet. D, 1 meter is 10 decimeters. E, 1 meter is 100 centimeters. F, 1 meter is 1,000 millimeters. G, 1 kilometer is 1,000 meters. H, 1 hectometer is 100 meters. And there are 5,280 feet in a mile. And a lot of you already knew these in your head. You need to start remembering these so that you don't have to look back. When you do need to, though, you're able to look back in the metric section in the back of the book, metric measures. Let's look at number 2. Fill in the blanks so that the numbers across represent equal measurements. I'm going to just start filling these in, and you go ahead and do the same. I got a story problem here. It says, it is 5/9 mile from Antonio's house to the library, and 3/9 mile from Gary's house to the library. How much farther is it from Antonio's house than from Gary's house to the library? And to figure this out, you need to subtract 3/9 from 5/9, and you'd get 2/9 miles farther. Two-ninths. B, Pineview Christian School paid $27.09 for 21 pens. What was the cost for 1 pen? To figure that out, we take our 21 and divide it into the $27.09. Go ahead and do the rest on your own, the 3 pages. You can do it. I believe in you. You guys are incredible.